Hey Virgo, we're just going to do a relaxed weekend read here. See what we got going on for you. 1, 2, 3. Give some rifle shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, what's 5? 5, there we go. Okay, so the star. That's one way to kick it off, huh, Virgo? 5 of Swords, though. Okay, we're getting deep there. Then we have the Devil. Okay, so if we're talking about any kind of healing energy or doing anything that, was kind of not in your highest good, I know that's a big catch-all statement, but anything that puts you in a position to have to ward off stuff that isn't good for you, it's like you still have to do this healing part. So the star, it is hopes, it is whatever, good stuff, but at the same time, you have to lean into that to get out of this. So let's see with the Devil. What is the Devil doing? The Death. Yeah, you're kissing it goodbye. Whatever stuff is not feeding you, doing you well. 4 of Pentacles. The thing that might be holding you back is not wanting to change. Or you don't want something to change because you don't know what's on the other side of that. And that can be the reason why people hold on, is because it's like, well, how do I know? And the Queen of Swords. You've cut something out. There could be an indecision where you're kind of leaning into things that, are comforting for now. Remember, we're talking about a weekend, not your entire life. So you could be overdoing it in some areas because you feel like you need to compensate for, like, oh, I'll just do it for a little bit. Or, I'll just do this right now because that's what makes me feel good. So what are we doing after that? Page of Cups. You're starting fresh. You got to kind of water your own garden. What do we cut out here? Page of Pentacles. So there is this kind of beginning energy where, like, you started to kind of be like, nope, the Pentacles is keeping it together. Page of Cups, I think you might be trying to get your emotions kind of pieced back together. What about that? King of Swords. Now, you have the Queen back here, you have the King here. I feel like you're trying to make big changes. But at the same time, it's like you don't eat a whole dinner at once. You eat it bite by bite. So I would not try and scarf it all down. So with the Star, what are we trying to do? Ace of Pentacles. There's this, like I said, there's this healing. There's this starting. There's cutting things out. But don't try and woof it all down at once. You need to kind of just nibble at your growth. You know what I mean? King of Swords, 6 of Cups. If there's anyone coming back around, be weary of it. But I feel like this is 6 of Cups is more like, with all this other junk here, you're trying to get back to a version of yourself that made you happy, that was more fulfilling. I mean, she has these 6 cups to suck down here. So, like, sip it, And the Lovers. So, yeah, there's some kind of decision, because lovers, relationship-wise, it might actually just be choosing yourself over top of anything else. Now, this Page of Pentacles goes into the King of Pentacles, so there is this kind of incremental growth, and Knight of Cups. So if you finally get grounded, you might feel like you're able to kind of show yourself more emotionally, or you might feel safe to do that. I feel like choosing you and not going to the comfort stuff is going to be pretty important coming up. It wasn't, not taking it, but it's the Moon and the Anchors. It was a little slappy. But yeah, so there's some kind of grounding that you're trying to do, even if you're not like 100% sold on how that's going to happen. You have the Swords and the Eyeball. So I feel like you're kind of watching, like your back is up, where you're just almost, I don't want to say waiting on somebody to do something, say something. It's like, try me. But at the same time, whatever you have going on is good, as long as you don't go back to, kind of conflict-y stuff, doing just what feels good. It's like you got to leave that alone. What's next? The Fire. I feel like there's some kind of passion for this change that's driving it. It's not just because you have to, or because somebody said so. It's like you said so. So Virgo said so. And it's not easy. but it's getting what you want on the back end of it, because this heart's still bleeding. So that means there was some kind of sacrifice, is such a heavy word, but there was some kind of give and take in the situation. Yeah, so the ring is a commitment, it's a cycle, things like that. Like I said, you might have to choose yourself in this. Now give me one more on the ring here too. Excuse me. But yeah, you have the lilies and the lightning. So whatever opportunity to, I wouldn't say showcase this new leveled up Virgo, this new version, Virgo 2.0, etc. It might be kind of surprising, a little bit fated, a little bit divinely guided. You just are not quite sure when, but just make sure you're prepared. And like I said, just sip it, don't chug it. Nibble, don't scarf it. And just like I said, incrementally keep going. So give me one on this fire here. Yeah, so here's the birds with the handshake. Like I said, there's some kind of opportunity that comes your way, because I think people see that there's a shift. And, whatever this Five of Swords, devil energy is kind of sloughing off you. And you're moving into this better thing. Remember, like I said, choose yourself. So be prepared for good opportunities to come your way, because you are doing the right thing and inching along. So, all right, Virgo, just stick with it, and I'll talk to you later.